Oh yeah! Things are real now! Now we are talking! It has finally arrived! Shiki has awakened the power of the And please now defeat Drakenjo. Although it's very likely it's still gonna be a very difficult thing. Nothing is more excited than this moment here. And for some reason the chapter is extremely early. Hi there, it's me, the Angry Anime Fan, the semi-retired despair reviewer. Mostly here reviewing Eden Zero of chapter 97. This time is now. Let's just say I'm pretty sure right this minute Shiki awakened the true overdrive, and it looks cool. So what happens? Well, first of all, we see the true things, what is going on in Drakenjo. His body mutates into what I called before, some kind of fleshy, slimy thing with a dark underbelly and, well, slimy things like that. Although he also looks like pretty much like a tentacle monster. You know, people have a very unfortunate situation when it comes to these tentacle monsters. But I think this is the first time that Drakenua has had a truly villainous breakdown. Sister asked exactly what is going on. She wondered wasn't all this supposed to weaken him? And according to her myth, though, it should have. However, somehow, when they sent him into reverse, the accumulated life energy did some kind of bizarre fusion with his Draken's ether. So it's very likely that it was Draken himself who managed to revert that with his ether. After all, his ability alchemy can practically morph anything. But then suddenly, Eden Zero begins to take off. And it's kind of surprising here that it's actually Sister who's saying, are you going to leave without Shiki's group? I'm saying surprising because, well, you all know that Witch is unquestionably loyal to the cause of the Demon King. And don't get me wrong, she is not leaving because saying, hey, let's get out of here and leave the rest of them. No. She's doing this because there's an even greater danger that only the Eden Zero can do. And it's kind of surprising that it's Sister who's doing that. It really shows that despite all of her things, she really does care. And actually here, once again, things takes a very awesome situation. Because in this right now moment, actually the satellite blaze, you know, the Kurenai blazer or whatever, has actually returned. A lot of people began to wonder. Actually, they started to say something like, aren't we going to see this weapon or something? And now it is actually officially back. So, yeah. But then things get even worse, though, when it seems that Drakenjo even infects the computers. Yes, his ether gear mutation apparently allows him to even hijack computers now. Then why did he even need a jackass like Spider to begin with? And then he kills everyone, including his alien assistant, who, by the way, we never knew his name, and everything else to it. He has a complete villainous breakdown, as he actually says that he's gonna kill that meddling Noah. Apparently, having figured out that that Noah was the one who gave them this information. That or something else. Well, you know how it goes. So Eden Zero is sailing to the Kurenai weapon because only they have the power to stop the weapon. So that is good. Let's see Eden Zero in action. And she says they have to have the faith in the power of the great Demon King. But as everything begins to collapse, Pino begins to wonder where Jin is. He apparently disappeared. Well, Jin is a heartless guy. I really didn't think he would stay here. But it's also very likely that, he went after Draken because, how do you put this in words? Draken stole the life aura from his sister, the one person he cares about. And he practically killed Pasuda's sister when it turns out that she lied to him about who she really was. So it's very likely that he's gonna go after Draken because, well, what he did. But here's a very touching scene. Pino gets saved from being crushed by none other than Sibir. Of course, she's still a little scared about that, and Sibir apologizes that she cannot like him like this. But then something very interesting happens. A memory uh, appears in Pino's mind, a memory we all know, but we haven't experienced in this world. And that is the memory of the 29th world, when Wise assured Pino that I know he could look scary, but believe it or not, he's the guy who saved me. This is deja vu memory. Are you getting it? Times are intertwining. It is showing that despite the fact that Rebecca went back in time and created a new world, so to speak, this is a memory overlapping, meaning that you can remember, everyone can. Future and time, they are intertwined. And even Pino smiles a little bit, wondering if she can run a diagnosis on her memory bank, possibly implying, is there a way for her to get back the memory? Either way, they make a run for it. But Rebecca, who has, for some reason, actually been separated from the rest, was it because she ran after Wise together with Happy, gets caught by Drake and Joe's slimy tentacle monster form as he proclaims that power. She is, of course, luckily getting saved by Homera, who has arrived not a minute too late. However, it's pretty clear that the insanity of Draken has become so big that he begins to say, I am undead, I'm going to give you power. Effectively, he is the ultimate greed. He did not just want money. He wanted to live forever, ever and ever. That was his goal. A life, money, luxury, owing, everything. He wanted everything of that. That is why he wanted to live forever. I will drain all human of life. I will survive. That was Drake and Joe. And then things get even worse, though, when it actually is revealed that despite being, well, mutated, Drake and Joe can still use his alchemy. And he practically floors Shiki and Wise. I did not like to see that, mind you. But then things takes a little bit more. As he slaps around everything and saying, kill, I will live, Shiki's body begins to give in. But then Draken gets in close with his finger and begins to morph it into a, well, gun. And saying again that you are the key to cat. Again, is that the cat leaper or is that something else? If I kill you, the cat will awaken. The cat belongs to me. That must be the cat leaper. So he forms a flesh gun and actually can create a bullet through it because, alchemy. Why Rebecca begins to get, grouped and caught by the slimy tentacles, as well as Homera, and Wise can only look in despair as Shiki is about to get shot. Just as Draken fires, a memory flashes before Shiki. The same thing when he had his final moments before. I will beat you, and then I'll be your friend because you don't have any. I mean, yes, that may have some pretty strange words, but it is also what it was. And then one scene happens, a scene I really wanted to see, because I really hoped that Shiki would have that possibility. As we all see the scene when Shiki was shot, as well as everyone crying in despair, although Wise cried in despair also because his arm was cut off. We saw our allies crying out in despair when Shiki was shot. But the badassness in the scene is that just before it looks like the bullet is going to hit him, the bullet falls down because Shiki used gravity on it. I knew he had it in him. I knew he could stop bullets. Just by doing that, it should have been possible. As he remembers the words that Draken said to him before he died in that previous world. You won't have a someday. Shiki declares, someday is today. And his ether gear covers his body as he finally activates what I'm presuming to be the true form of overdrive. He enters the true form of the Demon King, saying, I'm done. I will never make my friends cry. The Demon King Shiki has officially arrived. And he looks awesome! In this form, Shiki's clothes change from pure black. Actually, I'm beginning to wonder if that is a theme in all overdrives. Is it possible that Draken's full overdrive at least in this form, had black scaly skin, and he also had white hair. So maybe white hair and black clothes or something like that is a trend when you're going overdrive. Either way, uh, Shiki's clothes change slightly. He gets more sleeves, and they change into complete black along with an emblem. His hands gets also a little bit scaly of black center, but otherwise his skin gets completely pale. His hair becomes white as Aether Gear Alliance happens, but the ultimate badass thing, which makes me very happy, are the horns. Yes, horns grow out, because that is exactly the same horns that have been on him when he has used his Posido overdrive. Shiki has awakened overdrive, remembering his death, remembering his friends crying, and remembering the despair he felt in that moment. His resolve got stronger, and he managed to go full overdrive, mutating his body. He will not make his friends cry. Shiki the Demon King is here. Oh man, this is so awesome. I almost want to cry. Oh yeah, and by the way, yes, 3 chapters more. Or yeah, 3 chapters more before we are going to get 100. There have been a rumor swirling around that we are actually gonna get an anime soon. That I'm welcoming soon. I mean, not soon. Announcing of an anime. Because of Corvid, I highly doubt we're gonna get that anime anytime soon. My biggest worry about the anime is not who's going to animate them. My biggest worry is who is gonna voice who. Because if you ask me, there are some selected actors I actually wish I would hear in this thing, but I know I'm not gonna hear them. It's very likely gonna be, those actors that are pretty famous right now. I mean, in this one moment, I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear them in this one. Regardless, a badass final chapter of this one. Shiki the Demon King, come on now. But where did Jin go? Did he just up and leave, or is it possible that he is also heading over there to assist? The scarf that Jin has almost looks similar to the scar that Shiki currently has on him, because, well, in his overdrive form. So it's very likely that Jin also has awakened the true overdrive. We'll see. Give me your thoughts if you have any.